slim one. As for the rest of the Rikishi, many will have already got 8 or more wins or 8 or more losses and will know their fate as far as their rankings go. But there will be a few who need more wins to guarantee their ranking positions and, of course, their money. So the last 3 matches are important and will be hard fought. So we start off on day 13 with Asasekiryu in the lead with 11 wins and 1 loss. Behind him, Chio Taikai with 10 wins and 2 losses. Kaiho and Buyuzan with 9 wins and 3 losses. First of our matches, Otsukasa, ex-amateur champion from Nichidai. That's the man on the left there, Iwakiyama, who's from Aomori University, also a ex-amateur champion. Iwakiyama, much the bigger of the two, but there he misjudged that one. And Otsukasa took the opportunity there to pull him forward and throw him down with tsukiotoshi. So that was, unfortunately for Iwakiyama, his 8th loss, and that's makikoshi for him. So he will end up, whatever happens from now on, with more losses than wins. Next out, Jumonji, known as Mon in the sumo world, fights Asanowaka. Both of them about the 140, 150 kilo mark, and that's Asanowaka doing a very nice tsukiotoshi, same technique as the one that won the previous bout. Quick reversal of direction and a pull down, and Jumonji drops to the ground. Next out is Akinoshima. Well, he's been in the Futogoyama stable for most of his sumo life. He came in as sumo in 1982. He's been described as the pillar of that stable. Here fighting Gojoro. They fought 5 times in the past. Akinoshima won 2 of them, but gets read well there, and Gojoro slaps him down as he comes charging out. So a hatakikomi win for Gojoro, and 7th loss for Akinoshima. He's getting perilously close to the 8-loss position. Tamarikido, he's been fighting with a sore left arm. It's not taped up, but he hurt it earlier against Wakanoyama. Wakanoyama some 20 kilos heavier. So they both go into the clinch in the middle of the ring. And it's Wakanoyama there trying to get his right hand in position, but he's been denied that by Tamarikido. Although he's got that grip right the way underneath, that arm lock, arm breaking grip. Now it's opened up again, but Wakanoyama leaning in, very low posture. He always starts with a low crouch and into a low charge, the tachi-ai. Tamarikido trying a sukuinagi there. That's the armpit, hand through the armpit, and then a throw from that position. Well, that's the overarm grip there of Wakanoyama's that sent Tamarikido skidding towards the edge and over it. So Watenage almost, but it was the move that eventually pushed him over the edge of the circle. Kotoryu against Aminishiki. Aminishiki, of course, the man who beat Takanohana, although one fact of that match was that he got 19 envelopes of prize money in it, so he won quite a lot of money when he beat the grand champion on his final match before retirement. So Aminishiki winning again there. That's his 9th win. He's had a very good basho so far. Previous basho he had 8 wins. Now he's topped that already. Kotoryu gets his 5th loss. South Korean Kasugao against Mongolian Asasekiryu. Kasugao 150 kilos, Asasekiryu 135, so 15 kilo difference between the two of them. Both of them novices virtually to this top division. Asasekiryu tries a pull down on the back of the head. Kasugao goes for the inside leg. Uchigaki, there's a leg grab from Asasekiryu, and that's a big attempt at a throw there, but it was the throw attempt was by Kasugao, but he bit the dust ahead of Asasekiryu, and so the victory goes to the Mongolian. And that looked like an underarm throw there that he finished Kasugao off with, the shitatenage. Yotsukasa, up from the Juryo division. Last Basho he fought in that. Now up into the Makuuchi division again. He was in it previously, fighting Kotonowaka. They had one fight before. Kotonowaka won that one. Kotonowaka is the big man on the right, a slow fighter, sometimes called Mr. 1 Minute because his sumo bouts take so long. But there's, well, that was neatly read. Yotsukasa leaned into him, and then Kotonowaka inserted his arms through under the armpit. Suddenly did a twist and a pull, and that twirled Yotsukasa through the air, and it gave him his 8th loss, and Makikoshi. Chio Taikai coming out for his bout against Kaiho, but not for a few bouts yet. Well, that's the inside of the Kokugikan. Holds about 11,000 people. Have a few seats unsold during this Basho on a couple of, about 3 days in a row. Seat sales were well down. That's Kaiho practicing his advance from the crouch down, especially the legs. They've got to pump the legs and move forward as quickly as possible. Suriashi is the practice in the ring. They slide forward. Now we have Kaiho on the left against Aogiyama. Kaiho some 20 kilos lighter than these two. Well, they weren't harmonizing that start, so see if they managed to do it this time. Well, Aogiyama was ahead of the game there, but the Gyoji, the referee, didn't do anything about it. Well, he's giving Kaiho a hard time, slapping him round the face, and Kaiho didn't really recover from that one. Looked slightly dizzy at the end of those slaps, and Aogiyama used it to push him out. So for Kaiho, that was his 8th loss, and Makikoshi. 15 days they fight. So on day 14, they may have 7 wins, 7 losses, but it's the 8th win or the 8th loss that determines whether they go up or down the rankings. Now, Takanonami against Hokutoriki. Hokutoriki on the left there, from the same stable as Kaiho, we just saw losing. These two have never fought before. Takanonami's got 7 losses. He doesn't want to lose this one. Well, we've seen this happen a number of times. Takanonami does not like these crouch down rules. And the way he does it upsets or throws the other opposing wrestler out of sync. There we see it again. And Takanonami is quite vocal in his opposition to these rules. So now he's down well ahead, and Hokutoriki comes out with a double throat thrust, the Nodowa. And that's 8 losses for Takanonami and Makikoshi. Well, he's well up the Maegashira rankings at Maegashira 2, so it's not going to matter too much to him. But his results this Basho. Now we have Kyokushuzan, who way back thought of giving up sumo. In the early days, when the first of the Mongolians came over, there were 6 of them. They had quite a hard time in Japan. Big cultural shock, of course, and Kyokushuzan and Kyoku Tenho also thought of giving up, but were persuaded to carry on. Well, Takamisakari there catches Kyokushuzan when he was asleep. Well, he did almost a wrestling move there. He did an arm drag on Kyokushuzan, turned him round, got round behind, and then Kyokushuzan ran out of the ring. He was going to get dumped out pretty violently anyway, so he did a runner. So Takamisakari wins that one. That was his 5th win, and it was 7th loss for Kyokushuzan. Next out, Tosanowumi, who's already got 9 losses, so he is at Komusubi ranked. He'll drop down to the Maegashira ranks for the next Basho. Such another on the right there. His wife gave birth to a baby girl just before the Basho. Momoka, her name is. So he's been perky during this Basho. 7 wins already. A win here will give him Kachikoshi. So leaning into Tosanumi. These two have fought 18 times before. Tosanumi's won 12 of them. But Tosanumi's not having a good basho. He's only got 3 wins so far. So the fight is ebbing and flowing here, going either way. There's a big attempt at a lift there by Tosanumi, but he couldn't carry it off, and then he faded halfway through that. And down he goes, 10th loss for him, terrible basho for him. And that was 8th win for Tochino Nada and Kachikoshi. Kyokuten Ho does very good sumo, very ideal sumo. It's also a model of behavior in the ring. So it comes out, gets that right arm on the inside. We can see it here. That's the sashi, known as the sashi, the inserted grip. And he's got Dejima going right to the edge, and Dejima steps out. So it's 9th win for Kyokuten Ho, 6th loss for Dejima. Well, one gets the distinct impression that these Mongolian fighters, Kyokuten Ho, Kyokushuzan, Asasekiryu, are very much inspired by Asa Shoryu's promotion to Yokozuna, and that's lifting their own sumo quite noticeably. Wakanosata, 151 kilos, fights Miyabiyama at 177 kilos. One of the heaviest rikishi in this division, not quite as heavy as Iwakiyama, just marginally heavier, and not as heavy as Musashi Maru, of course, who's sitting this one out, who weighs 237 kilos. Well, it's Miyabiyama's usual tsupari attacks to the face. There's another one, there's another one. And Wakanosato is hanging on there a bit grimmily. He can't really settle in. He wants the belt, but Miyabiyama's not giving him the belt. Miyabiyama tries a pull down, then he follows up with more slaps and a straight arm push over the edge. So Wakanosato's face there took a bit of a pounding from that one, and that gives Wakanosato 4 losses in a row. He had a reasonable start to the basho, but he's fading a bit at this point. 9th win for Miyabiyama, which levels him up with his score in the previous basho when he had 9 wins and 6 losses. But still a chance, a couple more bouts yet for Miyabiyama to improve on that. Well, when they're in the public eye, the rikishi, of course, are very composed, mostly, not all of them, of course. In the preparation room, it's quite often a different story, a lot of shouting and swearing and one thing and another. So now we have Tamanoshima against Tochiazuma, almost a head-banging start there. Heads went slightly to one side. It's Tochiazuma driving forward, moving the legs, although the surface is a bit slippery. Now they settle into the lock-up position in the ring. Tochiazuma still driving forward, Tamanoshima being driven back mostly by Tochiazuma. There's the drive again. Tamanoshima looking for the edge with his left foot, finds it, blocks the run. Now Tochiazuma moving back, but he's got that overarm grip there. There you see it, tries a lift from that position. Tamanoshima gets his arm free, but Tochiazuma keeps him on the run round the inside circle and then finally over it. So Tochiazuma wins that one, 7th for him. Well, he perked up after about day 10 when he wasn't doing too well, and he watched 20 earlier bouts of himself. Said he thought he'd lost his sumo sense, his sumo kan, as they call it in Japanese, and that somehow seemed to help him a bit since that day. Now, Chiotaikai against Kaiho. These two have fought 23 times. Kaiho's won 12 of that 23. Kaiho on good form this basho, has got 9 wins. Sign perhaps of his condition is that he's taken the tapes off his elbow, his injured elbow, which has been on that elbow of his for quite some time. So now he's giving Chiotaikai a hard time, and it's Chiotaikai goes down. Now that's 3 losses for Chiotaikai, which means he won't fulfill the conditions laid down by the head of the Sumo Association, which was that he expected Chiotaikai to win with at least 13 wins and 2 losses if he thought, if he wanted promotion to Yokozuna. Well, that gives him 3 losses, so that dream's faded a bit. And of course his chance of winning the Basho. He's still in with a chance, but it's getting more difficult. That's Asashoryu there, crouching down. Well, Asashoryu comes from the Takasago stable, which has got 25 rikishi, which is quite a lot. It's number 3 in order of number of rikishi training at the stable. Top one is Musashigawa, and it's Musoyama on the right from the top stable, Musashigawa, that's going against Asashoryu. Well, Musoyama's giving him a hard time, but there's a leg hook, and what a beautiful example there. Asashoryu stopped the charge of the much heavier wrestler. He's some 40 kilos heavier. Blocked him, locked him out in the middle of the ring, and then he slipped his leg round the back with Sorogake. And that gives Asashoryu just 1 win away from securing his first Emperor's Cup as Yokozuna. So at the end of day 13, Asashoryu in the lead, 12 wins and 1 loss. Chiotaikai, 11 wins and 2 losses. Kaiho, also 11 wins and 2 losses. Uyuzan with 10 wins and 3 losses.